Howdy all, welcome to part 64 and we are getting ready to fight Infermon. No, I'm not wandering around the dungeon still. I figured out where I had to go. Well, I didn't figure it out, I just kind of stumbled across it at the end of the last part. Might be worth considering putting a healing ability on either Wargreymon or Metal-Garurumon, Omegamon or Garbamon, whatever, whatever. Same fucking thing. Because they're the only two you'll have in this fight. Don't worry about Patamon or Tentamon because they will not be participating. They're just there. Well, that's alright for some, isn't it? Anyway, Infermon doesn't attack these two when they Digivolve this time. I don't know why. Probably got a bit cocky and thought, oh, these are easy. Or just, forgot to do it or some stupid thing like that. I don't know. So, Infermon. Infermon is a little bit tougher than Keramon. Well, actually, I'll say he's a lot tougher than Keramon. For only an ultimate as well, that's quite shocking, but yeah, whatever. I'm going to be mostly following the same sort of strategy that I use for like the Megas and Apocalypse and all that. So, boosting attack and defense with Metal-Garurumon, and obviously defense with Wargreymon, because Wargreymon's got that ability that boosts attack automatically, so I'm going to be using and abusing that. Right, I'd say 2 attack and defense boosts should be fine. Like I say, Infermon is a little bit tougher than Keramon. Like I say, he's got a lot more defense on him, so if you have like something like a defense down, that's also something you could consider bringing into this fight. But bear in mind, I think whatever you bring... No, actually, no, that's not the case. Never mind, forget I said anything. I thought that whatever you brought into this fight, you'd bring into the next fight, but then I remembered that the movie is broken up into 3 chapters in the game, so... yeah. And I don't think it matters in any case, because, well, I don't want to spoil anything, but if you've watched the movie, you'll know what to expect. But yeah, this is Infermon. He's certainly a lot more defensive, like I say, so a defense down would be probably a good thing to consider bringing into this fight. A defense down move. Thankfully, with that attack and a defense boosting on Metal-Garurumon, that should hopefully bring him down a lot quicker. And I will go as far as to say this guy is not as bad as like any of the Megas that I've fought so far, so Infermon isn't as bad as what you might think. Just going to boost stats again. I swear that's all I ever do with Metal-Garurumon is boost his stats. And to be fair, Infermon doesn't dish out a lot of damage either. Yeah. I'm not too concerned about SP, but I don't know, I'll just always love using the Tornado move. Always have done. Always will do. Right, so... we're getting there. The only thing with Infermon is the fight can be a little bit tedious because, like I say, Infermon doesn't dish out a lot of damage. Infermon is more defense than attack, so he's definitely a more defensive thing than something that dishes out a lot of damage. And he's got defense boosting moves as well, which can be irritating as fuck, but just gonna be patient. We're actually dishing out a little bit more damage because he hasn't boosted his defences, and I'm kind of praying that he doesn't. because, you know, he could easily recognise. There we go, he didn't. Thank God for that. Unfortunately, my stats have lowered. Fucking brilliant. Defense boost. Because Wargreymmon's only half health and I only have healing items to use because I forgot to put a healing ability on one of these guys, and well, to be honest, I don't think I'm going to need it anyway, but still something to feel to consider if you're not feeling confident when you go into this fight. Right, I want to boost your stats one more time because that did not do anywhere near enough. Not what I expect from you, Diaboromon. What with your stat boosts going on? I probably won't need to use a healing item actually, because we're not doing too badly, and Infermon, like I say, doesn't dish out a lot of damage. I do appreciate the fact that, you know, he doesn't have really particularly high attack power. Just makes things so much more bearable. Obviously he is whittling these guys down, so I need to get him finished off before he can do anything worse, but, you know, no concerns. One more hit should finish this guy. No need to worry about healing items at all. So it's just going for the kill. And that takes care of Infermon. Really not that bad of a fight. Like I said, I've got through it without healing once, so... And that's saying something, because I'm the most paranoid fucker in the world. I always feel like I need to heal. And that's excellent. Definitely could do with that. But in typical cheeky fashion, he once again isn't defeated that easily. Patamon and Tentamon were going to enter the fight, but didn't work out. Infermon digivolves again. I'm not quite sure why, because we've given him 2 big beatdowns and, you know, he just keeps getting stronger. Like I say, Tentamon and Patamon serve real no purpose here other than plot. Because it would be boring if it was just Yamato and Taichi in this. So, this is all exposition. Sorry guys. The movie loves exposition. So, I think Patamon and Tentamon flee. I'm not entirely sure. Because they've been hurt, so obviously they can't fight. And this was kind of funny in the movie, but Kushiro ended up needing the toilet really badly. Because I think he drank, like, some drink that Taichi's mother made. Yeah, I think that's what that was referring to, because Kushiro's just run off to use the toilet. And Taichi slaps the computer. That's honestly like the sort of thing I would do. When something's not working, you smack the fuck out of it and break it even more. That's the sort of thing I would do. I'm sorry, but it is. Now, I suppose if you wanted to change up Digichips, you probably could go and do that now in the digital dimension, but I just want to get through this, and I'm pretty confident that the last fight is going to be fine. In fact, I would probably say it's really quite easy compared to Infermon. And even Infermon wasn't that bad, so that says it all, really. Diaboromon's a joke. How the fuck is he able to communicate with Yamato if the computer's dead? And Kushiro's going to have to reboot it. So now Kushiro's got to reboot the computer. It's all your fault, Taichi. You shouldn't slap things just because you're in a temper. That's what I do. Learned that the hard way, that it can break things. Like my DVD recorder, when I first got it, I couldn't figure it out, and then I just could not get the thing to work, and in a temper I actually dented the front of it. You know, great big crack in the front of it. Just purely out of temper. This was a while ago, mind. A long while ago, like a good couple of years, maybe more than that. So now Taichi's explaining why Sora's got the hump with him. Because he gave her a gift and he bought her a gift and she turned her nose up at it. At least that's the way it's described in the dub. And she was like, oh, you don't like this about me, you don't like that about me. And Jesus Christ. Called gratitude, he could have just ignored your birthday altogether. Anyway, we finally get the computer working again. Omegamon and Metalgarurumon are injured. And Yamato's pissed. And yeah, was that temper tantrum worth it, Taichi? Because believe me, it never is. Anyway, not only that, but Omegamon and Metalgarurumon are really, really slow. And it transpires that the reason that they are moving so slow compared to Diaboromon is because these kids aren't the only two witnessing all this. All over the world, there are many children. Thousands, millions of children witnessing this fight. And emailing. And basically emailing, you know, the kids to say, oh, bring it on, you know, you can do it, blah blah blah. Only those kids don't realise that those emails are slowing down the Digimon. Of course, we'll work that out to advantage, but, you know. Kushiroku's like, oh, well, I'll have to tell everyone to stop emailing us, in the dub he was anyway, but it's like, there's millions of kids, how the fuck are you going to tell millions of kids not to email? And to make matters worse, we're now in shit street. Diaboromon is multiplying. Oh, why does it have to make that fucking irritating sound whenever they multiply? So within minutes, there's going to be billions of Diaboromon. Well, it was nice knowing you all. We'll just have to live without the internet for a few years. Fuck. Not my internet. So, yeah. Exposition, exposition, exposition. Jesus Christ, how long is this going to go on for? We've had enough exposition for one day. We're doomed. Okay. End of. There's no two ways about it. We're all doomed. We're all gonna die. Diaboromon's won. Oh god. I'm sorry for the yawning, but Jesus Christ, there's only so much exposition one can deal with. Maybe it's just I'm impatient and really want to get to the next bit. Because the next bit is where things get really cool. You're being called. So the next time they look at the computer, the Digimon are like, no, still willing to fight, I'm guessing. And, yeah. Next thing we know, well, we're being dealt more exposition. Oh god. Kushiro on his fucking laptop again. I'm sorry, but it's just, that sound gets grating after a while of him typing. Okay, so something amazing is about to happen. The Digimon get ready to fight Diaboromon, and now there's absolutely billions of them everywhere. It's like the worst internet virus in the world. In spite of everything, they get their asses completely handed to them by all them Diaboromon. I mean, all them megas! All them megas! Of course they're gonna kick their asses. 1 billion against 2. The odds are not looking good. So, as I said, something amazing's about to happen. The silence is actually kind of kind of creepy. So the next thing they know, the Digimon are fucked beyond belief, and Taichi's disappeared. And Kushiro hasn't even noticed. Like, yeah, one of his friends has disappeared. It was standing right next to him, and now he's just gone walkabouts. He still ain't noticed. Anyway, Taichi and Yamato end up on the internet/digital world thing, and to support their partners. Yeah, they're still not going to stand a chance against 1 billion fucking megas. And why is it that they've gotten like 10 times bigger? Look, I can understand why they will in a minute, but here, just in general, well, Greymon was never that big in comparison to Taichi. Why is he so fucking huge? When did he have a growth spurt? Same with Omegamon, he was never that big. But even then, you know, from this angle, it doesn't look as drastic, but still. Now I can kind of, this bit I can kind of understand why they're big. The power of the emails and the children that have faith in these Digimon actually gives these Digimon, well, a special gift almost. Oh yeah, baby. You've probably already guessed. War Greymon and Metal Garurumon fused together to form the almighty, all-powerful Omegamon, or Omnimon in the English version. Just look at that. He's huge! And because it's a new Digimon entirely, I can understand why it would be fucking huge. Unlike War Greymon, who has never really been that big, and then all of a sudden, woof, growth spurt. For no reason. When it comes to the fusion, I can understand why, but they weren't fusing when they were talking to them. So, Omegamon, I don't know, would you class him as a Mega, or would you class him as something a lot stronger than that? Because he takes out billions of Diaboromon like they were nothing. So this guy is the strongest Digimon in the game. And it's good to have him on board. That's all I'm going to say about that. So there's only one Diaboromon left. Kushiro manages to do something with the emails that essentially attaches him to Diaboromon and makes him slow down instead of Omegamon, which is kind of clever. I told you they'd use the emails to their advantage. And we now get to fight Diaboromon. And trust me when I say, you're not going to have any problems with this next fight. Right, now you're not getting away from me, you bitch. So, Diaboromon. This music's kind of creepy. But really, Diaboromon is actually not that tough of a fight. So, we have 3 attacks. First one's like a sword slash, doesn't do much. Oh, and by the way, Diaboromon gains 1,000 hit points after every turn. And he's also not a complete and utter cakewalk, so feel free to use items if you need to, but we should be fine. I'm only using the first 2 attacks just to show them off. They're strong, but they're not strong enough to use against Diaboromon. Now the 3rd attack, on the other hand, is what you want to use. Use this attack, my god. Don't bother with any of the other attacks, just use this attack. Not only does it look amazing, but it does a shit ton of damage. Unfortunately, Diaboromon can also do quite a lot. I think I got the attack up option attached, but I should probably heal. What the hell? Why the hell not? I'm not going to need it for anything else. This fight isn't that bad, despite the fact that I've had to use a healing item already. But if, like I say, I wanted to show off the first 2 attacks because I'm not going to get another opportunity to do so. But it's this attack that you want to use. Screw all the others, just use this attack. It's the strongest attack. I mean, look how much damage it does. You would be finished with this guy in no time if you just spam the fuck out of that attack. And obviously I have an attack up. I think it's attack up on Omegamon. It just makes this fight even more of a joke, really. Oh wow. This thing's awesome. Omegamon is fucking amazing, okay? He's the strongest Digimon in the game for a reason. Even if it's only really one attack that dishes out a crap ton of damage and the other 2 are just kind of like, generic. But seriously, this attack just looks awesome. One more hit, and Diaboromon is dead as a dodo, and we'll never have to see him again. You shouldn't really have any trouble in this fight, provided you keep spamming that attack and maybe have 1 or 2 healing items on standby, depending on your level. I probably wouldn't have needed to really use a healing item if I hadn't bothered showing off the other 2 attacks, but I wanted to show them off just so that, to get it on record that they're there, even if they're not that great. Anyway, Omegamon wins. Diaboromon is... okay, let's classify him as a support. Oh, this item is really good. The item you get from beating Diaboromon. It actually, if you put it, it's a digichip that if you put on one of your Digimon, they will no longer use any SP at all. And we've managed to destroy Diaboromon and save the world again. We're just too good at that. And everything goes back to normal. We see Sora. Well, whatever the reason was for us dropping at Taichi's gone. I'm not sure she's entirely aware of what's just gone on, and the fact that she's been no help whatsoever while she's been a spoilt bat, you know, spoilt brat. But anyway, I'm going to end this part off here. We've finished with the movie. Next time we'll be moving on to the digital dimension. See you then.